Hi everyone, glad to see you again. Today I have something informative lined up for you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe online cyber defense. Before we begin, let's set the record straight. This video is not a manual, nor is it a step-by-step guide for committing crime or exploiting vulnerabilities. The information presented here is strictly for educational purposes, so that we can recognize, understand, and ultimately fight against threats, not become the source of them. The techniques and methods described are illegal, dangerous, and have caused real harm to real people, with serious consequences for everyone involved. What you're about to hear is a story about a vulnerability, a hidden weakness in the systems we trust with our money every single day. It's a tale of human ingenuity, sometimes twisted for harm, but also of resilience, innovation, and global cooperation in the face of adversity. Law enforcement agencies and security experts from around the world united, working tirelessly to fight back and ultimately win. This is more than just a story. It's a history lesson about a battle fought in the shadows, a struggle for the security of our money and our trust in technology. The world of cybersecurity is a never-ending war. Builders create new defenses, while breakers constantly search for cracks and weaknesses to exploit. In this chapter, we'll explore one of the most infamous cracks in the armor, a hack so devastating, so widespread, that it forced the entire world to take action and rethink security. Behind every digital heist, behind every headline, there is real human suffering. Families affected, trust broken, and lives disrupted. The true lesson here isn't about the cleverness or audacity of the crime, but about the very real cost it inflicts on innocent people and society as a whole. So let's learn from the past, understand the risks, and work together to ensure that history never repeats itself again. ATMs are everywhere, on street corners, inside bustling malls, and in the lobbies of buildings, woven seamlessly into our daily routines. We pass by them without a second thought, relying on their presence for quick cash and essential banking. We trust these machines to keep our money and personal information safe, believing that our transactions are protected by layers of security. But for criminals, that trust is a vulnerability. To them, an ATM is simply a box full of cash, often left exposed and unguarded, especially late at night. Early attacks were crude and violent: crowbars, chains, even explosives, leaving behind chaos and drawing unwanted attention. These methods were messy, risky, and often failed. As ATM technology evolved, so did the tactics of criminals. They adapted quickly, always searching for new weaknesses to exploit. Skimmers and hidden cameras became their tools of choice, allowing them to steal card data and pins, clone cards, and drain accounts without leaving a trace. These attacks were silent, invisible to the average user. In response, banks fought back with anti-skimming technology, public awareness campaigns, and improved security measures to protect customers. But for some criminals, stealing data wasn't enough. They wanted total control. They dreamed of a way to command the machine itself, to make it dispense all its cash on demand. The idea of a master key, a universal method to unlock any ATM and empty its vault, became their ultimate goal, fueling a new wave of attacks. This ambition led to one of the most infamous ATM hacks in history, shaking the banking world to its core. The technique was so powerful and dangerous, it was quickly banned worldwide, sparking urgent action from governments and security experts. The battle for ATM security was about to enter a new era, one fought in the digital realm, where threats could come from anywhere in the world. The stakes had never been higher, and the fight to protect our money was only just beginning. The hack was called jackpotting, like hitting a slot machine jackpot, but with real cash pouring out into waiting hands. It was a criminal's dream come true, and a bank's worst nightmare. This wasn't brute force or smashing machines open. It was a digital invasion, silent and invisible, orchestrated from behind glowing screens. Criminals infected ATMs with sophisticated malware, overriding normal commands and making the machines ignore the bank servers entirely. ATMs are just computers, often running outdated software. This was the weakness hackers exploited, a vulnerability hiding in plain sight. The virus would lie dormant, undetected for days or even weeks, waiting for a secret code to awaken it. A money mule would later arrive to activate the malware, severing the ATM's connection to the bank, and taking control. The screen might say out of service, but in reality, the machine was under complete criminal control, ready to obey hidden commands. A hidden menu, accessible only to those in the know, let them command the ATM to dispense cash, any denomination, any amount, as much as they wanted. They could empty the machine in minutes, stuffing bags with bills and leaving little evidence behind for investigators to find. No stolen cards, no pins, no safe cracking, just software, code, and a deep understanding of the system's flaws. This was the new face of bank robbery. Silent, digital, and devastatingly effective, leaving banks reeling in the aftermath. Banks were left scrambling to catch up, racing to patch vulnerabilities and outsmart the hackers. The rules of the game had changed forever, and the battle for security had just begun. Jackpotting evolved into something even more dangerous, the black box. This device, often a laptop or modified phone, let criminals bypass software entirely. With physical access to the ATM service area, they'd unplug the computer's cable to the cash dispenser. Plugging in the black box gave them direct control, no need for malware pre-installed. The bank's network was blind, the ATM just seemed offline. The black box sent commands straight to the dispenser, "Give me the money." With a button press, the ATM would spit out bills until empty. The process took less than 10 minutes, clean, efficient, and hard to trace. Teams worked fast, often posing as technicians. Generic keys and fake credentials made access easy. The black box was a plug-and-play tool for instant theft. The ATM's own hardware was turned against itself. The threat had become both digital and physical. Picture a quiet street at night. A team approaches an ATM. One keeps watch. The other, calm and practiced, opens the service panel with a generic key. Inside, he finds the cable linking the computer to the cash dispenser. He unplugs it, paralyzing the ATM's brain. The black box is connected, taking over as the new brain. No need to hack networks or guess passwords. Security is bypassed. With a button press, the ATM whirs to life, spitting out bills into a waiting bag. The screen might say out of service, but the heist is underway. When done, the criminal disconnects the box, restores the cable, closes the panel, and walks away. The whole operation takes minutes. The ATM is left empty, the crime nearly invisible. Only a digital ghost remains. This was the anatomy of a modern bank heist. This wasn't just theory. It was a global crime wave. International syndicates operated like corporations, with programmers, planners, and money mules. Malware and instructions were sent worldwide, targeting vulnerable ATMs. Mules hit machines in coordinated strikes across continents, often over a single weekend. The attacks were fast, synchronized, and hard to stop. In Taiwan, one team stole over $2 million in days, moving city to city before fleeing. Mistakes, security cameras, tracked movements, led to arrests. An international investigation began, involving police from multiple countries. Some mules were caught, but the mastermind stayed hidden, ready to strike again. The scale and speed of these attacks stunned law enforcement. The syndicate's reach was global, their methods constantly evolving. The world realized no country was safe alone. A united response was the only answer. The jackpotting epidemic forced a global response. Law enforcement and banks realized they needed to match the criminals' organization and speed. International cooperation became the key weapon, sharing intelligence across borders. Agencies like Europol and Interpol connected the dots, revealing syndicate patterns. Banks formed security consortiums, alerting each other to new threats instantly. ATM manufacturers redesigned machines, thinking like attackers to anticipate new tricks. Laws were updated to criminalize not just the act, but the tools and planning behind it. Extradition treaties were strengthened. No more safe havens for cybercriminals. The message was clear. The world was united against ATM hacking. The walls closed in on the syndicates. The old ways of defense were gone. A new era of security had begun. Collaboration became the greatest strength. The tide was turning. Defeating digital threats required a digital revolution in ATM security. Banks upgraded outdated software, closing known vulnerabilities. Whitelisting allowed only approved programs to run, blocking malware automatically. Physical security improved. Stronger locks, alarms, and hidden cameras in service panels. Internal cables were encrypted, blocking black box commands. Full disk encryption made stolen hard drives useless to criminals. The inner workings of ATMs were now locked behind cryptography. Advanced monitoring software watched for suspicious activity in real time. Sudden cash dumps or brief outages triggered instant alerts. Multiple layers of defense, software, hardware, encryption, monitoring, made attacks far harder. The ATM was no longer an easy target. The arms race between criminals and defenders had entered a new phase. Security was now proactive, not just reactive. The Jackpotting saga is more than a crime story. It's a warning. Technology is a double-edged sword. The same skills can build or destroy. Hackers who chose crime caused real harm. Lost savings, broken trust, damaged communities. Hacking is not a victimless crime. The consequences ripple far beyond the bank. The global response proved what's possible when we unite for security. Law enforcement, banks, and tech companies built stronger defenses and banned dangerous tools. Collaboration is our greatest weapon against those who exploit the shadows. The world drew a line. These attacks would not be tolerated. The path of a hacker may seem thrilling, but it leads only to paranoia and prison. The world needs more defenders, ethical hackers, cybersecurity experts, builders. Use knowledge for protection, not attack. The final lesson: choose to defend, not destroy. That is the line that must never be crossed. Thanks for watching and learning with me. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. I value your feedback. Cyber defense.